Her story is one that's not often told. Behind the soft smile, the twinkle in her eyes, there's a past that she's never shared with anyone. Not because she's hiding it, but because the world only ever asks for the surface. People are quick to love what's easy, what's visible. They love the strength she shows, the confidence in her walk, the way she speaks with certainty. But what they don't see, the parts of her that remain locked away, are the battles she's fought, the losses she's endured, and the scars she still carries. These are the parts of her that you need to hear about if you're truly going to understand who she is. She wasn't always this strong. The woman you see today didn't appear out of thin air. She became who she is through fire, through heartache, and through countless moments of standing on the edge of what felt like too much to bear. People call her strong, independent, fearless. But she wasn't born that way. No one is. Her journey started in a world that didn't give her any easy breaks. Love wasn't kind to her in the beginning. She grew up with the harsh reality that trust could be broken in an instant, that sometimes the people who are supposed to love you are the ones who hurt you the most. She learned, from a very young age, to hide the pain behind a laugh, to keep moving forward even when everything inside her was breaking, and to never let anyone see how much she was struggling. She couldn't afford to show weakness, not in a world that had taught her time and time again that strength was the only thing that mattered. And love, well, love was something she had to be careful with. She had given it before, more times than she can count, and had watched it slip away like sand through her fingers. She'd given her heart to people who didn't understand its value, who walked away without even sparing a second glance. So when you see her now, when you look into those eyes that seem so certain, so unshakable, know that you're not seeing the whole picture. You're seeing the woman she has become, the one who has fought her way through the darkness and found light again. But that's not the entire story. She was once the girl who believed in forever, the girl who trusted without hesitation, the girl who loved deeply and without reservation. But life changed that, and when life changes you, it's not always for the better. She learned the hard way that love can be conditional. She wasn't raised on fairy tales, and her childhood didn't include the kind of love that made you feel safe and secure. Instead, she learned that love could be taken away just as easily as it was given, that people leave, that promises don't always mean what they should. It wasn't just love that she learned to fear, it was people. She learned that the ones who were supposed to protect her could be the ones who hurt her the most. She learned that words don't always mean what they say, that promises can be broken in an instant, and that sometimes you have to learn to protect yourself, even from those who are supposed to love you. But she's not just the girl who was hurt. She's also the woman who picked herself up, time after time, even when she had every reason to stay down. She learned that if she wanted to make it in this world, she couldn't depend on anyone else. She had to learn to fight for herself. And she did. She doesn't just love deeply, she loves carefully now. She's not afraid to give her heart. But she's also learned not to give it away too easily. She's been burned before, and she knows what it feels like to give everything to someone, only to watch them walk away without a second thought. So now, when she loves, it's with the wisdom that comes from the pain she's endured. She doesn't need someone to save her. She spent too much of her life saving herself. She doesn't need someone to fix her, to come in and heal all the wounds of her past. What she needs, what she's always needed, is someone who sees her, not just the woman she's become, but the girl she once was, the girl who cried in silence, the girl who carried her burdens alone because no one was there to help. She needs someone who loves all of her, the strong parts, the broken parts, the parts she's still trying to piece together. If you want to love her, you need to love all of her. Not just the version of her that's strong and confident and unshaken, but the parts that are still healing. The parts that carry scars you'll never see. The parts that are fragile because she's been through too much to pretend otherwise. Love her for everything she is, her strength, her scars, her hesitation, her fear. She doesn't need grand gestures. She doesn't need empty promises. She doesn't need someone to swoop in and fix her. What she needs is consistency, reliability, and above all, understanding. She doesn't want to feel like she has to prove herself. She's done proving things. She's already been through too much to waste her time on anything less than real. And if you can't do that, if you can't love her for everything she is, then don't love her at all. Don't walk into her life pretending to be the one who'll never leave if you can't keep that promise. She's been let down too many times to settle for anything less than someone who truly understands the weight of what it means to be her. She's been through more than most people ever will. She's fought battles no one even knows about. She stood alone when everyone else walked away. And through it all, she never stopped believing in love. Not because she's naive, but because she knows that love, the right kind of love, is still out there. But she won't give herself to someone who doesn't understand what it took for her to get here. She won't open her heart to someone who can't see beyond the surface, beyond the strength she carries so effortlessly. She needs someone who understands her story, who respects the journey she's been on, and who's willing to walk with her, not just in the easy moments, but in the hard ones too. Because if you love her, if you truly want to love her, you need to love everything she's been through. You need to understand her past, the parts of her story that she never tells, the scars she hides beneath her smile. You need to see the woman she is today and the girl she used to be. You need to accept her flaws, her hesitations, and her fears. If you can't do that, then don't waste her time. She's not interested in anyone who can't love her for all of who she is, the girl she was, the woman she is now, and everything she will become. She's not interested in half love. She's not interested in the kind of love that leaves when things get hard. She's not interested in promises that are broken before they're even made. What she's looking for is someone who will stay, someone who will understand her, and most importantly, someone who will love her, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard too. If you can't do that, if you can't love her fully, then let her go, because she's been through too much to settle for anything less than real, and now you need to hear it. The truth about her life. It's not just about the woman you see now. It's about everything she's been through to become the woman you see today. If you want her love, you need to love all of her. Not just the good parts. Not just the moments when she's laughing and carefree, but the parts she keeps locked away. The parts of her heart that have been broken and healed. The parts that are still fragile, but still strong. Love her, truly love her, and you'll see her like no one else ever has. If you can't do that, then don't love her at all. She carries her history, not as a burden, but as a map. Each scar marking the path she has walked, each tear a drop in the ocean that shaped the woman standing tall before the world. Her strength is not something born overnight. It is something earned, shaped by days of doubt, nights of loneliness, and moments of being left behind. Yet in each of these dark moments, she learned to rise, to rebuild, and to emerge stronger than before. She is not simply the woman you see before you. She is the woman who has seen loss and love in equal measure, who has walked through fire and walked out unscathed, yet somehow, still vulnerable, still yearning for something real. In a world where love is often fleeting and promises are easily broken, she learned to be cautious with her heart. She has given it away so many times before, only to have it returned, broken and bruised. Not because she wasn't worthy, but because the world hadn't known how to treat it with the care it deserved. She has loved deeply, but that love was met with silence, with empty words, with hearts that did not know how to return the gift she had given. She has learned that love isn't always the fairy tale the world promises. Sometimes love is a battle. Sometimes it's a fight to keep going, even when the world tells you that your heart is too much, that you ask for too much. And still, she loves. She loves, but she loves carefully. She loves, but she loves with caution. She loves, but she expects more than empty promises and words that hold no meaning. She has seen enough of those to know that love, true love, is not something that can be given on a whim. It is something that must be earned, something that must be shown through actions, not just spoken through words. She doesn't need someone to save her. She doesn't need someone to fix her. She has spent too many years fixing herself, piecing her heart back together when it felt like it was falling apart. What she needs is someone who sees her for who she truly is, someone who doesn't run when things get tough, someone who understands that love, real love, is not about perfection.